James Grant was a graduate from Aberdeen University. Shortly after he graduated, he traveled to Egypt when he heard about the cholera epidemic in Alexandria. Grant was given the title Bey, which is a very high title in Egypt at that time. And it is sort of equivalent to Sir, or as if he has been knighted by the Khtebi. And then he decided to study Egyptology, and he liked the idea of studying Egyptology and practicing medicine both in Egypt, and he started collecting as well. Grant Bey opened his house, which was full of Egyptian collections, Egyptian items in every room, as was described by many people. And he would arrange talks and studies. So it was really important to have a figure like Grant Bey in Cairo at that time. I think the speaking Arabic was extremely important because it allowed the Egyptians to feel that Grant is really, willing to speak their language.
James Grant Bey was a central figure in Egyptological circles in Cairo at the time. He knew everybody and he was always making introductions between people. Most significantly, he took a young man named William Matthews Flinders Petrie under his wing, long before Petrie went on to become one of the most influential archaeologists in the history of Egyptology. Grant was able to make arrangements for Petrie because he spoke Arabic. And he also introduced Petrie to an Egyptian man named Ali Gabri, who would go on to become Petrie's right-hand man, and they would collaborate together on many different excavations all across Egypt over several decades.
So as part of Grant Bey's collection, we actually have an amazing array of all sorts of material that he collected from Egypt. We have material that covers the whole Egyptian history from beginning to end.
Grant is obviously one of the most important donors of ancient Egyptian material to the collection. Subsequently, he inspired other people to give collections, knowing there was this rich nugget that you could add to. And the university then contributed funding to the Egypt Exploration Fund and other organisations to carry out excavations in Egypt.
While Grant Bey was in Egypt, there was a vast amount of mummies that were discovered at that time. Because of his background in medicine, he was able to put some sort of method to how to unwrap it. And of course, trying to understand how the methods of mummification, how the Egyptians mummified the body. It's amazing now that now we don't actually touch the mummy anymore. We just put the mummy in a CT scanning machine or an X-ray machine, and we can see or extract a lot of information without actually touching the mummy itself. If Grant was living at this time with us now, he would have certainly taken this route to studying mummies because it's very intriguing and it's very informative as well.